Hey, Stevie G here from Soul Jams Records.
This is Young Phantom YP.
This is Trigger.
My name's Chris Perry.
And you're watching the Labtv.
Here with Labtv.
We're here with the Labtv.
And you're watching Labtv.
At Urban Jungle.
And Urban Jungle.
Featuring inside an urban jungle.
At Urban Jungle.
Shout out to all the boys in the north side in Cork City. Brep!
Yeah.
What's up guys, my name is Fortune Subanda and you're watching the Labtv, an online TV show that aims to promote youth talents and their business movements. Our special guest today is the young and talented music producer / DJ from Cork City, Chris Power. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me on, man. Thank you. I'm alright. How are you keeping?
I'm good. First of all, I'd like to apologize for bringing you here on such a weather.
No, it's alright. I'm studying anyway, so like any excuse to get out of the house is more than welcome.
Okay. And anyway, for people that don't know you.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose my name is Chris Perry. I'm from Cork City, from Bishopstown, and I make jazzy hip hop beats. Yeah. I've been DJing for a while. Probably seen me around somewhere at some stage. Yeah. And yeah, I suppose that's it really.
So tell me, how did it all start? What inspired you to be
to start DJing or producing?
Producing.
I was DJing a bit, like a good bit, since I was like 15 or 16. I think I did my first like show in town when I was like 16. So I think I just got bored like of just playing other people's music and stuff, and like having to play other people's music, and just kind of got interested in where the music I was playing was coming from, and then just started digging a bit more underneath and seeing what was going on. Found out you could get like Fruity Loops for free, and didn't need to have like one of these €3,000, €4,000, €10,000 studios even. You could just do it at home. Just started doing it at home.
Do you have a specific type of music that you focus on, or?
Yeah, I suppose like I listen to bits of everything, like all types of hip hop, from like like even the really current stuff like Young Thug, Future, Drake, right down to like really obscure like SP 1200 beats by like Lewis Parker and stuff. So yeah, but I think like mostly when I'm making music I try to focus on like jazzy hip hop, soulful hip hop, that kind of stuff.
That's good. Yeah. Who would be your best producer? Someone that you look up to, maybe.
Okay.
I did this. How he does it.
It's like, I don't know, maybe like J Dilla or Madlib, but like this lots, like it's like Havoc from Mobb Deep. I love Mobb Deep a lot. Like even Kanye West early stuff. A lot of that, all that kind of like that kind of soulful hip hop, like Pete Rock. Really look up to him. Large Professor, like people like that. You know what I mean? Like even Pharrell when he was like with Neptunes and stuff. Some of that stuff is really good. Yeah.
So are you planning on making the career, or are you just doing it for fun?
Well, right now I'm in my 4th year of college in UCC, so I'm just trying to like get BIS. Just trying to get that done and out of the way, and then hopefully I'll put a few years into seeing what happens. What I mean? Yeah, maybe go to California or something and see what's happening over there.
You planning on moving?
Yeah, after this year in college, I want to go to California and just see what's happening out there. So
that's great.
It should be fun.
You have the talent.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Trust me. I've heard some of the song. There's a song you did that I like, that I heard. That's how I ended up looking up to, for you.
Nice. Yeah.
We'll talk about that anyway later.
Okay. Good.
So, have you done a lot of beats right now?
Yeah, I've done. In the last like 9 months, I've probably made like 200 beats. Wow. But like,
which one would be your favorite?
I don't know. Maybe the Green Talk one, just because of what's ended up happening with that. Like I got J Dilla's brother on a feature there, which is like crazy. Illa J, shout out to him here. Illa J, if you're looking, shout out to you. Yeah. With Atari Jones on there too, so that'll be on the EP with him. That's like, that's probably my favorite beat.
The one with Atari Jones.
Yeah, well, I got a whole EP coming with him. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Like I don't want to put a time on it. It's all done, but like it's, logistical stuff for like labels and that have to work that out first. So yeah, that's what's happening.
So that's Tale of the
Tales of the Terrace. Yeah, that's.
How did that come up?
I made that beat in Dublin. So I lived in Dublin for like 6 months, between March and September. I was just working up there on placement with my college course, and I brought like all my bedroom studio up there, and every day after work I just come home. And I was just in the zone for like 6 months, but I just made that beat one day in my bedroom, sent it to him, and then a couple of weeks later I got it back or whatever. We'd been like, I'd sent him like, I don't know, maybe 20 beats.
Yeah.
So we did like, I don't know, maybe.
How did you get to know?
My friend Gunkel, who's another producer from Cork, from out in Bishopstown, he kind of, I'm trying to remember what, like he hit him up or something ages ago, and they were like working together. And then I think I followed Atari on SoundCloud or something, just because, you know, like Gunkel was showing me the music he'd done with him.
Yeah.
And then after that, Atari just hit me up about a beat. I can't remember what one it was, and he was like, yo, can I use that? Yeah. I didn't hear back off him for like 3 months. I just, you know, I assumed nothing. And then one day I was like eating breakfast in the kitchen with my mom and, you know, talking spoof for telling her how much study I was doing and over a bit of Cocoa Pops. And then the email came through and I was like, hey, check this out. And then I was like, whoa, this is actually really good. So
when I hit it, I said, oh my god, I have to look for this guy.
Thank you.
Thanks. A lot of potential.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And I think you might change the people scene in the island as well. You know?
Yeah, like I think with the sound that like goes with my beats and all that, it's actually like a Cork sound. Like people that, hold on, try to phrase this right. Like the sound that, like that jazzy kind of soulful sound has always been to do with Cork City. Like, you know, you got the jazz festival obviously. If you look at like Fish Go Deep even, who like were big in the kind of house scene, you know, like a lot of those similar kind of sounds, just a different tempo. So I feel that, like, you know, while it obviously is, you know, hip hop and like originating from like the Bronx or whatever, it still has like a bit of a Cork feel to it, if that makes sense.
It is,
I try to put some Cork into it. So
how are people responding to your music?
Oh, like really, so far, like really good. It did pretty good in the blogs, like over in America. That video, my friend Gunkel did the video as well, so shout out to Gunkel. And the video was crazy. But yeah, good. I mean, it did good, okay, in the blogs here. Not as good as over there though. Like there was a lot of Cleveland. Yeah, but like that's the way it is. You know what I mean?
I know. I saw what the people that did a documentary or something, and they put your beat on it.
Yeah, he was like, oh, that's another dude. Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to, what's his name? Louis or something. Fun for Louis, I think is the name of the like YouTube channel. I don't know. I actually don't even know that dude really. I just sent him like a beat. Someone told me to send him beats. One of the girls or something was like watching it. She like follows all his, you know what I mean, seeing what he does every day. And then I just sent him some beats, and again it was like months later I saw that one was used. Someone said it to me, like, oh here, you know,
so
check that out.
There are a lot of ways you can get your
music out there. Yeah. Like, because I think like in Ireland and Cork, it's like it's not that big a scene, you know what I mean. And like I'm not, no offense to anyone, but I'm not really that into Cork hip hop in general. So like I guess you gotta kind of look stateside with it, like, you know what I mean, and to get like, you know,
that's where
that exposure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I think there is a good market for hip hop, but like, you know, it's at the moment like everyone's buying a lot of house and techno and stuff, and going to a lot of techno and house nights. So
and any local artists that you want to work with, or you've thought of working with?
Okay, yeah, like there's been a couple. Like obviously Gunkel did the video. I've been working with him since. Like he was one of the first people that like showed me how to use Ableton and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So we got some stuff done. Yeah, I use Fruity Loops, but he showed me how to use Ableton too.
Right.
My buddy Toby Carr, I did a lot with him. He taught me a lot about making beats too. We got a little kind of side project coming in. We've been working on, what else? Like even like Young Phantom and stuff. We've got to do stuff with him. We're talking about doing an EP over Christmas. So like, yeah, I mean, like tipping away.
So
do you know what I mean?
right now,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's hard. I'll be tired in the morning. But yeah, it's alright though.
So what do you think of the market in Ireland, like on your music? Do you think
is there a market for it?
Is there a market for it? And is there any progress? Do you think it's gonna grow with time?
Yeah, I think like hip hop in Ireland's in a pretty good state. Like, I mean, before it used to be like real electronic leaning almost. Like you had like, because like the biggest people that were doing like beat music were probably like Mott's, Toby Carr, Monto, like those kind of heads. You know what I mean? So like it was like real kind of like hip hop, but still had like a real electronic lean. But now I think like that there's a new market kind of emerging for like hip hop, like not trap music hip hop, but just like hip hop. Like a lot to do with like, you know, Joey Badass and Pro Era and all that coming out, and like a lot of people listening to them now and stuff regularly. You got like 15-year-old girls running around saying like Biggie changed their life. So it's definitely expanding. Like,
yeah. Okay. So now I guess I'm back to DJing with Cuttin Heads. With Cuttin Heads.
Yeah, I have the T-shirt on me right now, but
you should have showed it.
But it's like so that's basically right. The Cuttin Heads is like. It's like I'll try to explain the backstory. So like a couple of years ago, and for the last couple of years, there's been like the Hobo Convention, which was Justin, who's like the head of the Cuttin Heads. It was his baby, and they brought me to play a good few years ago. Like I don't know, maybe when I was 19 or 18 or something, 17. I don't know, something like that. Okay. And then they had like they were putting on lots of nights and over in the pub and all that, and downstairs they used to have their gig. Yeah. And then there was other people who were, putting on various other, like Jonesy and stuff from dub culture used to book me as well sometimes to play. Yeah. And they were all like putting on these kind of nights individually. But when, a lot of the venues started closing and all that, it made sense kind of, I think, to like kind of come together as like a collective or whatever, so that like, instead of having like 10 people at each other's gigs, bring like, I don't know, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 people to one gig together. In terms of getting involved with them, I was just moved back from Dublin at the time in September. Okay. And Justin just added me into like a conversation on Facebook. It was that simple. It wasn't that glamorous. There was no baptism or anything.
That's good. So within Cuttin Heads.
Yeah.
Is it what type of music?
It's hip hop.
It's just straight.
It's hip hop, but it's like how would I explain it? It's like hip hop, but everything else that kind of goes with hip hop. So like like there's some footwork stuff happens. Like some people are playing like the kind of harder, more trap stuff. Obviously, I'll just be like into the same kind of beats I make or whatever. You know what I mean? That'd be the kind of stuff I like. But there's like people playing R&B and stuff too.
So you play your music?
I play like I've done 2 live sets I think in here. Yeah. I'll give a workshop as well. Just like again, small things like that. Workshops for like production, scratching. It gets like people involved, and you know what I mean. It gives them something to do.
That's good. So how do you decide? Let's say if you make a beat, do you also do the choruses or? Okay,
so what generally happens is like I'll be listening to music at home or whatever, like listening to a lot of jazz and soul anyway. Yeah. Just like in my spare time, making coffee or something to have it on in the kitchen, and I might hear something and then I'll go and like chop it up onto like the pads and put the beat together, do the drums and play in the bass line, and then I might send it. So sometimes I'll send it to someone like if I feel like a rapper would be nice on this, like, so I might send it out to people, and then if you get the verse back or verses back, then you're like, that's when you be like, it's after beat making, it's like actual production. You're like, what goes where, like where do I take stuff out to like complement the verse. Alright. And then in terms of like choruses and that, like sometimes they just happen naturally, you know what I mean? It's when you're like doing all that stuff, like organising the beat and putting the verses and taking stuff out and putting in maybe like vocal cut samples that you just kind of do the chorus in the middle, I guess, somewhere.
Would you consider yourself a writer?
Pardon?
Would you consider yourself a writer? Would you see yourself writing a whole song for?
I'd rather just like do the beat and like let him write it, you know what I mean, and give it back to me, and then like I'll put it all together. Like give me the pieces of the jigsaw and I'll put the jigsaw together.
That's good. Are your beats available for sale or?
No, I don't want to sell beats. Like not yet. I don't feel that like. I feel like I want to just raise my own profile as a producer first before. Like I could be open to selling a beat to someone if they came with a lot of money. But like I don't want to just like. I don't want to just be selling beats to like people that are like like putting like a mixtape together for them and their friends and like having 100 views or something. I'd rather like build a project and like work with someone. Like work with someone who's like like trying to like develop someone and work with them as an artist rather than just like selling a beat for some quick cash. You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah. So I had about 4 producers.
Okay.
Who you already mentioned one anyway.
Okay.
So I had Dr. Dre.
Okay.
I had Kanye West.
Yeah.
I had Scott Storch.
Okay.
I had Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin's
a king. Yeah. They're all kings though. It depends like what era. Like I listen to as well like a lot of like The Chronic is one of my favorite albums as well. So I'd say maybe Kanye, like going off of like College Dropout, maybe.
The old Kanye.
Yeah, that the strength of those beats and like stuff he did for like Shauna, like The Game, Dreams and stuff, and Angels. That beat like off of LAX. Like some of those beats are too good. They're really
The old
sick,
Kanye West was really
true.
Do you sample a lot? Do you do?
I sample that, like, yeah. For me, like, basically, right, I'm just addicted, like, how am I going to put this? The buzz I get from producing is basically, like, the chop. Like, chopping a sample, and I'm addicted to the chop, like, that's, do you know what I mean? That's what I do all the time. It's just, like, listening to records, taking it, like, breaking them into, like, small little parts, maybe, like, a beat long in term, and then, like, trying to put it together on the pads and make something new, like, make something that you wouldn't have like heard in the beat, like make that out of it. So yeah, I sample a lot. I sample everything really.
Yeah, man. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Power, look out for him.
Thank you.
Oh man, choices. Motherfucking choices.